Hello, good evening. How are you? Hi, Natalie Thomas. How are you? Are you good? Nice to hear that. We're doing well as well. We just hi OPM 4 underscore 8888. How are you? How are you feeling this lovely evening? Yeah, we're just here to take questions. If you have a question, please put it in the comments. Um, the result, basically what they're saying is that um, the result for the elections are going to come starting coming in around 7 p.m 8 p.m from some other states. So that's why I'm just like, you know what, we don't really have a lot of comments because we don't, nobody has seen the result yet. So but if you have questions, you just go ahead and just put it in the comment section, okay? And I want to talk about administrative closure as well. We got a case administratively closed, which is a good news. Um, and then I'm going to talk about it. Good, good evening, Adiodum Olisa. How are you, Miss Olisa? How are you feeling this lovely afternoon? What do you think? Miss Olisa, who do you think is going to win this election? Yes, I'm doing good. How are you? I'm doing good. OPM4 underscore 888. Let me know in the comments, who do you think is going to win this election? The result in Georgia is going to come around at least 80% of the result around 7 p.m. That's what I've seen so far. On the pool, it's tight. So, and according to some analysts, like CNN is saying that we might not know the winner until probably until basically until Saturday or Friday. I don't know. So hello, how are you? Iqbal, how are you feeling? Kamala. Yes, we think so too. We don't want no surprise, right? We don't need any surprises this lovely evening. We think so too. I filed a vow and was approved a year now. Still nothing on the I-485. After 1 year, you haven't heard anything. Did you file concurrently when your I-360 was approved? Was your I-485 pending concurrently with the I-360, or did you file for I-485 after the fact, after the approval? Because if you file together, you need to follow up. You really need to get like congressman office on your case. You really need to follow up, because if you don't follow up, they're just going to sit on your case. 1 year is a long time to wait after I-360 is approved. Usually, once I-360 is approved, what I do is I file an inquiry online on the Green Card application. That way, they're going to respond with if they need a medical exam, or if they need anything else, they will send a request for evidence letter. So within 4 to 6 months, you should get the green cards, the result for it, like the approval or anything else. But if you're waiting, it's just like, case move to BISI, so agree to join in. Yeah, finally. I told you, just wait. At some point, they're gonna agree. How long it took you, Iqbal? How long it took you in Chicago for ICE to join the motion? Because I had a case in Chicago, it didn't take that long, 3 to 4 months. Then we had one in Connecticut. Oh my God, it took almost like 6 months. and they declined to join. That was Connecticut. I was surprised anyway for Connecticut for the denial. But anyway, we filed with BIA, like sua sponte, on the, like, just on our own. Um, yeah, now pending with BIA 96 days. At this point, don't worry about it, because BIA, they take sometimes, what I've seen so far, 8 to 9 months. But because I joined the motion, yeah, it's over. The game is over. They're just going to terminate your removal. That way you can go ahead and adjust status, like file for adjustment of status with USCIS. Yeah, yes, that's it. What do I do? Nothing. You just wait uh, until BIA will send you a response. They take forever too over there. 8 to 9 months. That's the latest. Last year. Yeah, this year, 8 to 9 months, because we got one in around April. Yeah, 8 to 9 months. So you get the response. They'll send you. If you like, you might get it sooner, but but the standard right now, 8 to 9 months, because they take forever anyway. Because they have, like, a lot of people. That's the only reason. Yeah, just wait. That's it. Okay. Yeah, I did. Oh, you file concurrently. Yeah, you need to start following up at this point, really. That's 1 year. That's a long time. Just start following up with congressman office. Yeah. Hi, attorney. When someone receives a final order on appeals denied, affected our case already have prima facie and biometric done. I don't understand your question. You need to elaborate more on your question. Um, can you check my question above? Where's your question? OP 4888. I don't see a question. You just say hi and then you say, how are you? That's it. You don't have a question. I don't see any of your question. Or are you talking about on YouTube? Because here on Instagram, you don't have any question. Yes, Molina Flooring Gallery. Please elaborate more on your question, because I don't really understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say BIA deny your case, and then meanwhile you have a prima facie and biometric. BIA deny your appeal. You're welcome. 2 years and 6 months. Oh my gosh, just like in Ohio. Yeah, under Trump in Ohio, yeah, we had a case where it took 2 years, not 2 years and 6 months, but at least 2 years for ICE to finally agree to join. Yeah, I've seen it before. Yeah, it's just ICE. Whatever they want to do it, they'll do it. But at least they did it, right? So that's a good news. Now you're just waiting for BIA, and then once you get a response, but BIA is not going to take 1 year. At least if it takes too long, 9 months. Because at least from my experience lately, the timeline lately, or sooner. Once you get it, that's it. You can file with USCIS. Yeah, Molina Flooring Gallery. Please, just please elaborate more on your question, because I really don't understand what you're trying to say. Okay. Submitted on June 2023. Until now, I'm waiting. June 2023, June 2024 is like 1 year. 1 year and a couple months. Not bad. Yeah, contact again the congressman's office. That's it. And where did you submit your N400? What state? You have to look at the processing time online as well, because sometimes the processing time is like 18 months. So maybe it's the case is still within its processing time. So Yeah, what's BIA did? Molina Flooring. What are you trying to say? BIA deny your appeal, and then meanwhile you have a prima facie for VAWA. Is that what you're saying? So basically, they're maintaining order of removal from the immigration judge. Then you have, meanwhile, you have, it's just basically somebody has been order removed. Then they have a case pending with USCIS. What usually you will do is just wait once the VAWA petition is approved. Then you can go back to ICE, try to ask them if they can join the motion to terminate removal proceedings, to reopen the case so you can terminate removal proceedings. If ICE agree, then you'll be good. Then you can go back to USCIS and adjust status. So that's the normal thing people do. Some people, once they get BIA denial, what they'll do, they'll try to review their decision in federal court. It has to be within 30 days. Just depending on the reason why BIA denied the case. Yeah, but that's just in general, that's what people do. Good evening. Hope I hope so too. The results are starting coming at 7 p.m. Like in Georgia, 7 p.m. the results are coming. Yeah, let's just wait and see. Thanks. You're welcome. Hi, Attorney Bijoux. Hi, how are you? How you feeling this lovely evening? How are you feeling this lovely evening? Yeah, OPM 4888. Can you please check my question? Yeah, I don't see any question. Maybe you can ask it on YouTube, maybe. Yes. Yes, so basically, if again, I'm just gonna reiterate, if PIA deny your case, it just means that they're maintaining the decision of the immigration judge. If a person has been ordered removed and then they have a case pending with USCIS, then what you're gonna have to do again, you just wait. Once it's approved, you go to ICE, ask them to join, and hope they agree, right? Because that's the easiest way. And once they agree, then you can file it with BIA to terminate removal, and then go back to USCIS. But Nashville, what is the processing time in Nashville? Because 1 year and couple months is not really bad. Because you have to first of all know what is the processing time in Nashville. Okay. Because if the processing time in Nashville it's like 18 months, it's like your case is still within time, right? Yeah. Because the last solution people do is file for lawsuit, but in order to file for lawsuit, really you have to really see if the delay is unreasonable. 1 year and 4 months, I don't think it's unreasonable. And just keep asking the congressman, keep asking them until somebody's going to get tired, and then they're going to follow up. Sometimes people follow through with the ombudsman office as well. It's spelled OMBSMAN office. It's just pretty much the same thing as Congress, but that's just like USCIS. It's like basically immigration services. They do help to follow up, but the first thing is to know whether or not the case is really past processing time. Just did appeals PD request. Oh, you're trying to appeal a PD request? Yeah, Molina Flooring really, it's really just like if BIA deny, what are you gonna do? some people, they will follow through and go to federal court to get them to review the decision of BIA. If that's not a possibility in your case, you wait for your pending VAWA to be approved. Once it's approved, then you go back to ICE, join motion. Hopefully they get it, terminate, and then, you can adjust status with USCIS. Oh, I'm trying not to be anxious about. Yeah, me either. Nobody's gonna die. We have survived Trump before, so nobody's gonna die. We're just gonna take it easy and hope for the best. That's all. I agree with you. My question was, is this going to affect your VAWA case? No, no. As denying of PD request or denying of BIA, I think the BIA decision was based on something else, maybe an asylum that was filed, right? You didn't get it at the immigration court level, then you want to BIA to appeal, you didn't get it. It has nothing to do with your VAWA petition. So the VAWA petition is being processed independently. So the only challenge you will have is to reopen that case later on once the VAWA is approved. That's the only thing you're gonna have to be thinking about. It's a 10 months and a half in Nashville field office. Yeah, it says 10 months and a half in Nashville field office. But when you put, because under processing time down there, you're gonna put, if you put your receipt date, it's gonna tell you when to follow through with the inquiry. And if it's already the time to follow through, you try to follow through, it's not working. Last solution is file a mandamus lawsuit. But I don't think you're on that level, really, just because the case is pending for 1 year and a half. Usually people file for mandamus lawsuit if the case is really like 3 years, or maybe they have family back home. They're trying to get this case resolved so that they can bring their family. Then, because the mandamus is going to cost you like $9,000. So I don't think you want to do that, right? So the best solution is to just keep following through with the congressman office. And eventually, at some point, somebody's going to get sick and tired and they're going to follow through with you. And if it doesn't work and you feel like you have to do something urgent, then you file a mandamus lawsuit. That's a solution, basically. That's just like you file today, tomorrow they call you. Basically, that's how it works. It doesn't even take 2 weeks. It's just about money at that point. Yeah, if you wanna, the question of mandamus filing is basically money. If you have the money and you don't want to wait that long, then you file a lawsuit. That's it. So that's just up to you, your finances. But what I've seen, people do that usually if they have, let's say you have your children back home and you're trying to get them here and you feel like this thing is being delayed and it's going to prejudice your children. That's when you spend that type of money, right? But if you have your family here, you're working, it's just like really, that's just your personal decision, okay? So that's just up to you. Okay, so let's see. James, we get it, right? Can we move on now? You got it? Yeah, that's filing a mandamus. It's going to be your personal decision. If you feel like really you have to get it because you have family, you have to bring them. Yes, that's you can do it because you already tried to file those inquiry. Nobody's responding. The mandamus, it's a solution. You're gonna get a result. That's just a matter of your finances. That's it. Um, who is it? Will that Cherish Kadosh? Will that affect the I-130 application? No, but the real question is, Are they going to give her the visitor visa? I don't think so. But then the follow-up question will be, should I try? Well, you can try. It doesn't really, there's no penalty for trying to get a visitor visa while the I-130 is pending. But the thing is, they really don't give it when they know that the I-130 is pending. What they'll say is that you're trying to uh, bypass visa procedures. So basically, that's why it gets denied. Yeah. But you can't prevent somebody from trying because they're really not losing anything, especially if they're doing it by themselves. They're not losing any money except for the fees that you pay for the visa. So there's no attorneys involved, so they're not really losing anything. But um, chances are at least 95% chances it's just going to get denied because the I-130 is pending. That's just how it works. Some people are lucky, right? But that's just like 5% or 1% of the people are lucky. When I-130 is pending, then you get visitor visa. It's really rare, but people try. They try their best. It doesn't affect I-130. Uh, Patricia, hi, how are you? I'm all right, Patricia. How are you? How are you feeling about this election? Let me know in the comments. Who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to become our president for the next 4 years? We'll be all right. Just keep praying. Yes, we'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll be fine. How many months would it take to get advance parole on VAWA? Uh, Recently, we filed a case in July, which means VAWA is pending, I-485 is pending, um, work permit spending, I-131 is pending. We filed in July. We got it 90 days later. Recently, that's this year. So that's the latest timeline I have. Got it. Thank you very much. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. I think Kamala is going to win. Yes, I think so too, because it looks like even in Georgia she might win, and Iowa. Those are like battleground states. So looks like it. We're gonna see tomorrow because in Georgia the results coming at 7 p.m. At least 80% of the result. So she will win Pennsylvania, so that will make her. Yeah, I hope so. Really, I really just hope that we can all move on. Yeah, we can all move on because this thing has been really bad. Too. Yeah, I hope we can all move on. Okay, let's see. Yeah, who asked us a question? Let's just get. Okay, I wanted to talk about. Oh my gosh, I even forgot. I wanted to talk about administrative closure. Okay, we got a case administratively closed. The case is pending. As I usually say, when the case is pending, you don't have a strong defense. It's better to administratively close while you try to figure out what you're gonna do next. This is a client. Who let me try to pull it first of all so I can show you. Hold on a second. Yeah, meanwhile, just put a comment if you have a question, put it in the comment, so we can answer the question for you. Oh, hold on. If you have a question, just put it, please put it in the comment. Okay. If you have a question, put it in the comment. Trying to pull this so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. So I had to basically, yeah, okay. Because I have to, erase client information before I show you. Okay. Anyway, so this is a case. Let me share my screen. Can I travel with VAWA advanced per whole? I think we already answered your question. Are you trying to trick me? If you have asylum pending, the answer is no. Where are you gonna go? Yeah, I think we already answered that question. First of all, traveling on advanced parole is too risky. People don't usually do it. People do it if there's a problem of death or life, like somebody's gonna die, I have to go. Then that's where you take that type of risk. If not, I don't see why, especially if you have asylum pending. So I think we already answered that question. It even says on the advanced parole, I'm going to show you so you will know. It even say it's not guaranteed. It really says that. I'm going to show you after this. What is meaning require good moral character for naturalization process? Oh, good moral character, no criminal record, no lying, like misrepresentation, no DUI, stuff like that for the last 5 years preceding the application. Let's say you apply, um, let's say you're going to apply in 2025, and from 2020 to 2025, 5 years, you cannot have criminal record, misrepresentation, DUI, all those stuff. Yeah, that's good moral and character, especially misrepresentation. Hi, Sawa Music TV. Now you see the elections coming, now you come. You haven't been here for a long time and you haven't done your consultation. Now that this election is coming, you better do your consultation. Anyway, so let me share my screen with you. Then I'm going to talk about. Okay, let me share my screen with you. And let me share my screen with you. Hold on just a second. We're going to talk about that. Okay, I'm trying to see one more letter. I'm trying to see. Okay, hold on. Anyway, let's start with this one first, okay? So we can move on. Okay, so share my screen. Okay. So Baltimore Immigration Court, you see, this is my office, Washington, D.C., and then in administrative closure. Okay, order of the immigration judge. A party has requested administrative closure, and the opposing party has presented a persuasive reason why proceedings should not be, has not presented. So basically, DHS has not presented, DHS has not presented persuasive reason why proceedings should not be administratively closed. So now they close the case. This case remain under the jurisdiction, blah, blah, blah. So they close the case. Okay, what is administrative closure? And then you can see it's dated to November 4th, but they sent it today, November 5th. Okay. So, but anyway, what is administrative closure? Administrative closure is basically where they remove your case from the active docket. So they remove it from the calendar uh, until somebody else, either party, can come back and recalendar it and put it on the calendar so that you can do something. Usually we use it as a strategy. Say, for example, a person is in removal proceedings and they don't really have anything solid to present at their individual hearing. But let's say that they just got married, or they have a child who's going to turn 21, maybe in 2 years or 3 years. What we're going to ask the judge is to administratively close the case while we're waiting for USCIS to adjudicate the petition. And that the strategy is to wait for I-130 to be approved. Then once it's approved, when we come back, we can terminate removal proceedings. Then we can go back to adjust status with USCIS. That's the best way, especially if you have those weak asylum cases and you know it's better than trying to get to be order removed. So that's why we use it. Like this person got to the US, I believe in 2014, and then they got married to a US citizen. That's the first marriage. They got married to the US citizen, and then they got the 2 years green card. So prior to removing condition from the green card, they got a divorce. So when the person got the divorce, then they went and removed condition. They filed the form I-751. It got denied. And when the case gets denied like that, it gets automatically, because they file it on their own. I guess they didn't really have proper guidance on how to file it, got denied. Divorce really is a reason you can file on your own, but for some reason their case got denied because maybe not enough evidence, not proper guidance, stuff like that. And then the case gets referred to immigration court. And when the case got referred to immigration court, the person already filed asylum. Okay, and when they came to me with the asylum claim, it's like, okay, what are we gonna do? Meanwhile, the person got married to the second wife and they have one child. The strategy is, well, we're gonna file I-130 and wait for it to be approved, and wait for the spouse to become a U.S. citizen, because now the spouse is only a lawful permanent. And once all that is accomplished, then we'll go back to reopen this case. It's called recalendar, to put it back on the calendar, terminate, and then go back to your CIS. It's going to take a long time, but that's the best strategy. It's really better than risk that small asylum claim and get order removed. So that's what we did. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here. And I want to show you, I want to show Alisa something. So I want to show her something, because she keep asking, can I travel? Can I travel? Okay, let's see if you can travel. Let's see if you can travel. Okay, I'm gonna show you why traveling while the case is pending, it's too risky. But I just have to show you, because when I talk to, especially when you have asylum pending. Okay, let me close the, let me, okay, I guess we close all the information. Okay. Okay, let me show you now. I'm going to share my screen. Present, share the screen. Okay. Oh, Lisa, you see, this is an application for a travel document that was approved recently on October 16. It's valid until 2025, 2029, right? It's 5 years, right? 5 years, okay? File on, because you were first of all asking about timing, right? Was filed on July 15, approved on October 16, 3 months, 90 days. 90 days. But read closely what it says, okay? It says here, right, before leaving the United States, please note the following information. If you have been granted advance parole document, parole into the United States is not a guarantee. That's number one. It's not a guarantee. In all cases, a CBP officer must still inspect you at the port of entry to determine whether you are eligible to come into the United States. Even though USCIS approve your advance parole, CBP may still refuse to parole you back to the United States. Parole to the United States is not admission to the United States. If you have a pending I-485 and we deny it, you might be subject to removal proceeding for being inadmissible to the United States. If you leave the United States after being unlawfully present, you might be barred from admission. So those are just the things that they're telling you about what to think about when you're traveling, okay? So to answer back to your question, if you have an asylum case pending, the answer is clearly no, don't do it. Don't do it, don't do it. Come on. Yeah. Yeah, we just answered that question. Yeah, no, 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 no. We just answered that question. Parole is not guaranteed to come back, even if they parole you. At the port of entry, CBP is still going to ask you questions. And especially if you have asylum claim pending, where are you going, really? Because you can't really go back home and you can't seek a new passport to travel. No, we don't suggest that. We don't suggest that. Technically, I just answered that question. Yeah, we don't suggest that. The answer is no. Okay, what else? I guess we answered all your questions. I'm trying to stop so I can go watch the election. So I want to come tomorrow earlier than 6. Think I might come tomorrow early just to have to make some comments about the election. And I didn't get any news about the parole in place for spouses of U.S. citizens. I have to double check on it. So tomorrow when I get here, I can talk about it. Yeah, your question just was answered. Yeah, I mean travel not to the original country, to a different country. Well, I mean, if you want, you can do it, but we don't suggest that. We have two reasons as to why we don't suggest that. Usually, when a person just asks for asylum, or maybe after a couple of years, what's happening is that their passports, sometimes their passport has already expired, right? So, but in order to travel, you have to have your passport, right, valid. But if your passport is expired, you're gonna have to get a new one. But the moment you go and try to ask for a new passport, you undermine your claim of asylum, because now you are in contact with the same government that you're claiming persecution from. Because even if you go to the your country's embassy here, it's still your country because it's the embassy of your country. And getting a new passport there, you're undermining the very claim of asylum, because now it's like, okay, this is the country that I claim cannot protect me, but I'm availing myself to them to give me the passport so I can travel. So that's the second reason why we don't suggest that. But let's say your passport is still valid while the advance parole is has been approved. The question becomes, when you come back at the CBP um, entry, post of entry, they check, right? They see asylum pending. Now they start asking, where did you go? Most people get problem at the entry, okay? That's why we say asylum pending, don't do it. People who are a little safe to travel when the case is pending is people who have green card pending, especially those who are married to U.S. citizen, immediate relative. Because even if it gets complicated, the spouses can always make sure that they can come back. But for asylum applicant, it's really too risky. Yeah, only if it's a matter of death or life. Like somebody's gonna die, I have to see them for the last time, then I'm gonna take that type of risk. If not, I don't personally, I don't advise that. That's it. That's my advice. If you want my advice, it's no. Even if it's not the country where you claim persecution. Okay. Let me see. Okay, this is it. We only have 3 people left, so this is it. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. We are going to resume tomorrow. I might come back tomorrow earlier. Let's go watch the election and see who's winning. Even if someone get their asylum case approved, and especially when you get your asylum approved and you get the green card through asylum, you cannot go home. They're gonna take the green card away. When you come back, they ask you where you're coming from, home, and they know that your green card, you got it based on asylum. They will take it away from you. That's just guaranteed. Usually, what people will do once they become U.S. citizen, then they can go home. Some people, what they will do, they'll go to a neighbor country. So if you want to risk that, that's on you, not on me. Okay? Thanks. Bye-bye. It even says that you can even go to USCIS and say asylum green card. It actually gives you basically the recommendation what to do when you get your green card based on asylum. It's so clear on why you cannot go home with that green card based on asylum. Yeah, that's it. So this is it. Yes, the answer is yes. In order to go home, you have to have a U.S. citizenship. Otherwise, it's just going to be misrepresentations that almost like you lie so you can get the green card. It looks like your asylum question was fake. Yeah. But people, because they don't listen to advice, they will do it and then get in trouble later. Yeah. So, but anyway, that's the advice. It's up to you, right? To take it or leave it. Thanks for joining us. Please like, please share. We are going to be back again tomorrow, and we hope for the best on this election. Bye-bye.